Hey guys, this is Star Force Games, and well, I'm here to do something a little different. I mean, as you could probably tell from the title, but I don't normally do this. I normally don't because I'm afraid of mainly because I'm afraid of sparking like hate comments down below because opinions are not respected apparently. But anyway, then again, this isn't really an opinion, is it? This is just me looking over Natsu and Ace for death battle, their feats and weaknesses, and try to find out who could win in their death battle fight. And well, okay, it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a really good fight, but in my opinion, from what I'm seeing here, from what I'm reading, and it's not biased at all, Natsu might take this. He's got the most likely chance to take it, I have to say. But yeah. Let's see. He's definitely got a lot of feats over Ace. But Ace has got some pretty good feats too, but I've never... Okay, before I go any further, keep in mind, I have not read/watched One Piece. And I'm only going by what the wiki is telling me. I literally got the two wikis up right here about what their feats and weaknesses. And, so, the feats is for Ace. He's defeated Luffy in every single fight they were in, both before Luffy does fruit and after. Is faster than Gear 2 Luffy, who is at least Mach 441. Gear 2 Luffy is superior to Khalifa, who is, who was able to react to lightning, apparently. Lightning is uppercase, so I'm not sure if that's actually literal lightning or not. So, kept up with the code. I have no idea who these people are, but this guy named Aokuji, I think, for some time, who could freeze two oncoming mega tsunamis from far away. Casually, mind you. He's smarter than Luffy and has a good leadership capability as second division commander of these pirates. He's a good tracker and has shown he's managed to find Blackbeard and actually hold his own against him and fight him. Stabs Blackbeard with a flame spear, tanks a punch from Blackbeard without his fruit powers, and apparently Blackbeard's fruit can nullify DF abilities. Was able to keep up with Blackbeard, who could easily catch Gear 2 with his Kurozu, and a younger Ace was able to fight Jinbei for 5 days. Whose fighting style was heavily water-based, which is the main weakness, and water is the main weakness of every devil fruit. Jinbei is also able to catch up with Gear 2 Luffy with ease. His Logia reflex is strong enough to casually react to Van Algar's bullets, which move absurdly fast at Mach 236. Via power scaling, he should be able to be comparable stats-wise to other Whitebeard commanders. Those are pretty good feats. Natsu's got his own, probably equally impressive. He's easily the most destructive of the Natsu's feats, I should say. Natsu's feats are easily the most destructive of the Fairy Tail Wizards, has defeated a large number of seemingly more powerful opponents, possesses extremely good hearing, able to hear a conversation between Lucy and Flare despite the loudness of the crowd, and was able to hear the voices of Alvarez's soldiers despite being out at sea. Natsu's speed and reflexes are impressive, enough for him to get close distances in the blink of an eye and dodge swift attacks. He was the first known Dragon Slayer to enter Dragon Force, as well as the first known first-generation Dragon Slayer to enter Dragon Force at will. Ate Aetherian and survived it. And Aetherian is made up of basically all these little elements, which include fire, and he ate it. It's basically a rock. It is a rock that contains all these elements, and was able to activate Dragon Force with it. But he was extremely sick afterwards. It has a natural resistance to poison produced by a poison dragon slayer, Cobra, which the poison is described to be lethal and corrosive. And escaped Genesis Zero twice. took on Sabretooth, the strongest guild in Fiore at the time, on his own, and during this, Natsu blocked Sting's Euclif's most powerful attack, Holy Nova, with one hand. Can use fire attacks underwater. Somehow. Survived the ultimate curse, Memento Mori, and by the year X792, after 1 year of training, Natsu's magic power and strength increased to the point where he could defeat Blue Note Stinger in one hit and defeat powerful opponents all by himself. Keep in mind, Blue Note Stinger, back before the 7-year time skip, could take on Guildarts. Freaking Guildarts. And Natsu was also able to move freely in Blue Note's gravitational field, which before the 7-year time skip, like, brought Natsu, like, on all fours, like, on hands and knees, which really shows how powerful he's become since then. During the Avatar arc, Natsu killed Ikusa Tsunagi, a god, in one hit by using Fire Dragon King's Demolition Fist, I should say. And Natsu was using the weakened version of the Fire Dragon King mode. By using the stronger version of the Fire Dragon King mode, Natsu was able to bring Zeref to his knees. However, Natsu was forced to retreat before he could deal the finishing blow, but yeah. And Natsu was able, and as END, he easily defeated Di Maria Yesta, a member of the Spriggan 12, who had the ability to stop time. And Natsu was able to move freely despite time being frozen. Keep in mind this is END, and I don't know if they're actually going to be able to incorporate END into this, but whatever. 400 years ago, as END, he created curses, power that is different from magic. Curses are not affected by magic nullifying effects. But yeah, those are the feats of Natsu. He certainly has a lot more feats than Ace does, but they certainly seem powerful, but then again, I don't know the power level of any of these guys Ace is going up against. But what I do know is that Ace has died. He's dead, not coming back. He was only able to do this, and I'll get to that in the weaknesses. So, here are the weaknesses. He cannot swim. Is vulnerable to sea stone of all things, and will be immobilized if more than half of his body is covered in water. Yeah. And magma is superior to fire, so it can simply suffocate the flames, hence his death. Basically, he was punched. I think he was punched, I'm not sure. I don't know, I haven't seen that Ace death, but all I know is that, I've seen pictures of it, but I can't exactly remember how it happened, but I just know he died via magma attack. Smoke cancels out fire, and vice versa. Not that bright outside of battle, but still more intelligent than the simple-minded Luffy when not, fighting. Frequently and suddenly falls asleep, even within enemy territory. He's possibly narcoleptic. This is most common while he's eating, though. Logia invincibility is active only if Ace is aware if he's attacked. If his guard is down, an ambush can harm him. And while unconfirmed, Ace may have a weakness to water. However, he was able to fight Jinbei for 5 days, and Jinbei's fighting style revolves around water, so he should be accustomed to his first weakness. And meanwhile, Natsu has fewer weaknesses. No, he's got an equal amount of weaknesses. His magical reserve is equivalent to the wizard's health, which is, yeah, gets really bad motion sickness. Oh dear, motion sickness. Cannot eat fire that he himself has produced, and is kind of stupid sometimes. It doesn't think things through. Eating elements other than fire can make him sick. In the stronger version of the Fire Dragon King mode can only be used once. So, However, I feel like Natsu's weaknesses are merely coincidental more than they are, with Ace. But yeah, from what I've seen, I've read their weaknesses and their feats, and I've also before this I also read their other feats and attacks such as Ace being able to create an explosion, basically create an attack that could level an island, a fire attack that could level an island. However, I doubt that Ace can win this. I doubt it. You know why? Natsu can both metaphorically and literally eat any attack that Ace can dish out. See, Natsu is immune to fire, unlike Ace. I don't know this, but it didn't say here. Ace doesn't appear to be immune to fire. He can he's not immune to it, but and Natsu can eat fire, which replenishes his magic, and strengthens it, basically. So, basically, no doubt, whatever Ace could possibly do, Natsu could eat it. And that's without even counting the Dragon Force and END. I believe it said END. It's either END or END. But I'm just gonna say END because it's got the dots, and so, yeah, whatever. And, whatever. Anyway, oh yeah, END stands for Ethereus Natsu Dragneel, but anyway, okay. Back on track. I don't think Ace is gonna win this. I mean, Ace does have a knife, which is he doesn't appear to use it that often, but he's got a knife. And really, I think the only way he could win this is by pure coincidence, which is motion sickness. Not Natsu's horrible motion sickness. If Natsu's on any vehicle that is not happy, he'll get extremely sick. Just thinking about trains, just thinking about the Magnolia train gets him sick to his stomach. But yeah. I mean, it appears that Ace has more destructive capability than Natsu does. Appears to. I'm not sure. It's a pretty on par fight. It's a good fight. I won't lie, but I'm not sure if Ace is gonna be able to take Natsu on this one. I think Fairy Tail might actually be able to tie up with One Piece now. Because last time One Piece went up against Fairy Tail, it was Ursa versus Zoro, and Zoro won that one. May Ursa, the ultimate waifu, rest in peace. But anyway, sorry. But yeah, I think Natsu's got this one. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry if this is a horrible video and you've had to sit through me just rambling on and on this wiki page that I got on these wiki pages that I got here, but man, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm not only rooting for Natsu, but I also believe that Natsu is going to win. Simply because he's invulnerable to fire as well as eats fire. So, okay, from what I've personally seen in Fairy Tail, the only time the only fire he cannot eat is the fire he himself makes. And while he did have a lot of trouble eating Flame Godslayer fire, he was able to actually, eat it and become basically Flame God Dragon Slayer. This Flame God Dragon Slayer mode, I'll see if I can find it. Let's see. Black Fire Dragon mode, I believe it's called, but then he gains that after absorbing the flames of Regulus. A lot of them, before the 1 year time skip, the one before the anime kind of got on hiatus, the 1 year time skip, before the 1 year time skip, Natsu was not able to activate Dragon Force at will, but afterwards he was. And, first of the first generation Dragon Slayers to actually do this. So he can activate Dragon Force, and then there's END, which yeah. END is just OP as all get out. And it has the ability to kill Zeref, which was its main intent. But anyway, yeah, and Hmm. And even now, the full extent of Andy's abilities are unknown. But, I'm actually kind of imagining how this fight could, like, begin. Like, maybe it's more of a fanfiction idea for me, but in my mind, like, in my mind, it starts out as, Ace and his band of pirates capture Lucy. Oh dear. Because if you mess with Lucy, may God help you. Even Lucy herself knows this. You mess with me, Natsu's gonna kill you. Shipping fodder, everybody. Behold fairy tale. Okay, sorry, but it's a fun idea to, like, my personal shipping side could, you know, is kind of rooting for that to happen. If that happens, I'm going to fanboy so hard, but no doubt it won't, but plus that would be kind of an unfair advantage then. Because if they kidnap Lucy, dear lord, Natsu could kill all of them. All of the pirates. He will not give in. And, okay, one more thing. Ace apparently has this, certain type of hockey that, allows him to basically kind of control weak-willed people. However, and people have kind of made assumptions, okay, so he could easily take down Natsu with that and incapacitate him long enough to kill him. No. Natsu may be stupid sometimes, but he is anything but weak-willed. He's one of the most determined people you will know. He's stubborn, and that's really gonna help, you know, the Conqueror's Hockey. Yeah, that is. That's what it's called. It grants the user to dominate the wills of others and willed opponents, like weak-willed opponent. It works on weak-willed opponents, rendering them unconscious. That's not gonna work. Natsu's stubborn. He will not. That's not gonna work on him. He may be stupid, but he's that stubborn kind of stupid. Yeah, so I really don't see how Ace could win this unless he pulls out that knife of his that I doubt he ever uses. And even then, Natsu's taken out. And even without his magic, Natsu has been able to take out others. And, yeah. Alright. And, okay, from what I've heard about okay. Okay, you can stop the video now if you want. This is pretty much the end, so, yeah. Okay, so, this is just me, from what I heard, he can, like, Ace can either, like, he can, manipulate fire. Ace can manipulate fire, whether it's his own fire or others. And I'm not quite sure about that, but I'm not quite sure if he can, like, manipulate other fire, like, but I know he can manipulate his own fire. Like, I don't know if he can manipulate others' fire or outside sources of fire. Natsu can, but I'm not sure if Ace can, but anyway, even if Ace was able to control Natsu's fire, that ain't working. Natsu has faced some opponent who can do that. During the Phantom Lord arc, and that, you know, keep in mind, the Phantom Lord arc was an early arc, like about the third arc of the series. Like, okay, maybe technically the fourth arc, but I guess you could say it's the second main arc of the series. Like during like episode like 20, I believe. I guess, but it's 20 to 30, I think. But yeah, one of the first opponents he faced while battling Phantom Lord, when Phantom Lord was threatening to blast away the entire town, the entire town of Hargion, I believe, Magnolia, sorry, but yeah, he was like Natsu snuck on board and fought a guy, one of the Element 4, who could control fire, manipulate fire. So, and the mage himself admitted that he himself and Natsu would just be at a standstill, because this mage could manipulate Natsu's fire, and however, Natsu was so stubborn that this is my fire, not yours, you cannot control this. It just basically defied all logic, and like, and was certainly just insane enough to blast away this mage. So, yeah, if you manipulate, you cannot manipulate Natsu's fire. He will make sure of that. And, now I know people are complaining about fairy tales like friendship is magic crap. However, it is actually explained in universe. Basically, stuff like love strengthens magic. Love is the highest form of magic. The highest form of, like, you know, like strengthening magic, and that's pretty much how you can get it out of a bind. Like if your emotion, like basically emotion itself, I guess I should say, but mainly love and, you know, all that other crap. But yeah, people complain about that. Like, if you take away that factor, you cannot take away that factor, because that is the factor of magic. It is the origin of magic, you could say. Love is the highest form of magic. It's not... But, yeah, it's pretty much explained in canon, so... I'm not sure if I did a good job explaining it, but... Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about, that. But, okay, so... And it's still a question whether or not Natsu could eat Ace himself, considering Ace can become fire. So I'm not exactly sure how that could work, but... And people have pointed out, if he eats Ace, Ace could just, like, become, like, human again and basically burst out of Natsu, a little bloody-like, and... Honestly, that kind of worries me a bit, but I'm not too afraid of that, but... Yeah. So, that's really all I got, so... Yeah, that's... I got nothing else to say. I think Natsu's most likely going to win, but if Ace wins, I guess I won't technically be surprised, but I'll be somewhat surprised. But anyway, I'm rooting for Natsu, and I do truly think that Natsu could win, looking at statistics and all that, from what I've you know, read and seen. So yeah, that's all I got. Till next time, guys. See ya.